As I mentioned previously, we had a small earthquake cluster. Some have called it wrongly, I believe, mini swarm. This is not a swarm, it's less than 100, so it's practically a cluster of earthquakes in the Svartsengi. And the location in more detail is just north of the Svartsengi geothermal power plant. So our GPS stations in the area also show uplift is continuing. Actually, the amount of the magma accumulated on the Svartsengi has surpassed the previous eruption level, the threshold from the 16th July 2025 eruption. So we are waiting for the any moment of eruption. These tiny earthquakes, clusters of them, show that ahead of the magma, the land is actually cracking and leading to the uplift of some material, but not exactly reaching the surface. Every time we need more magma, the trend shows here, every eruption needs more magma actually to provide and push the ground away and reach the surface. Contrary to that, in the Krýsuvík volcanic system, this is Svartsengi, then we have the Field, then we have the Krýsuvík volcanic system in the Reykjanes Peninsula. What we have is the opposite of this. We have the land sinking. So the lack of the magma here is very clear. Land is sinking, and you can see it in more details here for a shorter interval. And the land is sinking is because the ground is shattered, and the shattering of the ground creates voids, and these voids get compacted over time. This is what we are seeing, uplift in some area and downward movement in another area. This is the way the pooling of the plates at the plate boundary creates voids, and these voids form magma reservoirs. In the case of the Krýsuvík, is actually forming now. And then gradually this porosity in the rock, we can call it like an aquifer, gets filled up with the magma, which is rising from a very deeper source at the depth of the 5 kilometers. The risk assessment for this area of the Svartsengi is actually unchanged. We have a chance of eruption in the red area, very likely, and short-lived earthquakes and deformation continues in this area. That makes it difficult to predict exactly. It can drag on until December, Christmas eruption even probably. And all these details are presented in the Icelandic Meteorological Office update. I have 2 days before that presented an update, and that is also interesting, covered most of this and a little bit more. So I will put that video also here. You can watch that. There's some also interesting graphics and you can enjoy it. Some of it already been presented here. Some of it is new to it still on. The smallest scale earthquakes, due to the movements of the fault lines in the mid-Atlantic ridge, continuing. This is the Reykjanes ridge. You can see that the earthquakes starts in the ocean and then land on the Reykjanes Peninsula, where we have two centers of earthquakes. This is pinpointed at the Svartsengi, first one. Quite possible that we have eruption there. And this is the second one. Krýsuvík is actually building a magma reservoir. Is not ready yet to have the magma assembled there. What we have now is a very pinpointed area just opposite the Svartsengi geothermal power plant. I've shown it here. This is exactly what I've predicted that the eruption may happen. Surprisingly, this is the center of the eruption in the past, where we had the K1 volcano eruption in last year. The cone which grew into this huge size compared to the cars beside it, of course, 50 and beyond. And our GPS data from the Svartsengi also shows that we have reached and passed the level of the GPS magma accumulation indication from the 16th July 2025 eruption. We have now passed that. It is in accordance with my prediction for the HSO1, which I predicted that to be 10th of October, extrapolated from the previous levels of eruption. So if we have passed that, we may have eruption like this. which led to the huge cone being built, and we had lots of wall collapses in that. It is there. This cone is yet there, and it's quite possible it becomes active again this time. This time, my prediction is that this eruption will happen almost around there, or even in the K1 will be one of the centers of eruption.